Good morning. Let's talk about emotions today. I was going to talk about the words that we say in our head and how they impact us throughout every day, but I feel as though emotions are a key talking point because all emotions are there to tell us is that something's wrong and we need to do something about it. Whether that is to allow ourselves to feel that emotion, whether it's to allow us to figure out what we need to do next, or whether there is a lesson to be learned from that certain emotion. I'll give you a great example. Recently, I've been feeling a lot of grief. That was due to a breakup. And so I've been allowing myself to feel the grief, but the grief is there just to tell us, it's telling us to appreciate what we had. That's all grief is there to do. It's tell us that we need to appreciate what we had. And sometimes that can be harder said than done, especially if somebody has passed away. But it's more, for me, I feel as though when you allow yourself to feel the grief, you allow yourself to feel into that energy, to embrace that emotion, and then when you start to embrace that emotion tends to transmute, to alchemize. Because energy can't be created, nor it can be destroyed. But what you can do with it is you can alchemize it or transmute it. And when you do that, you will tend to feel that emotion that gets weaker. It doesn't actually get weaker, but you don't feel it as much because you've allowed yourself to feel it. Now, this is from my own personal experience, and I know some people. I'm very intuitive, and I feel my emotions really, really well. But I know some people who struggle to feel emotions, and that's fine too. Now, emotions are just there to tell us that we need to look at something, that we need to deal with something, and it's up to us to feel into it. So quite often I will allow myself to sit down 15-20 minutes to feel what I need to feel. Because sometimes you get what's called spiritual bypassing, which is where you just get rid of that emotion completely. But then you don't allow yourself to feel into that emotion. And if you don't feel into that emotion, you can't witness what has happened. You can't witness what has happened. And for me, it's about understanding that those emotions are just there to tell us that something's happened which we can't do anything about. But what we can do is we can learn from them emotions, from that situation, and move it on to the next one. So we as human beings start to evolve. And as we evolve, we tend to become wise, we tend to are able to deal with situations better, we're able to feel their emotions even better, which means that we become more empathic, we become more compassionate, we become better at understanding other people and knowing that every person is doing the best that they can in that situation. Some people might not be as far ahead as you, but some people might be miles ahead of you, and that's okay. You are where you are meant to be. And there is no competition between you and that other person. It's about you evolving you and nobody else. If you take it as far as this next step, we are all one. But anyway, I'm not going to go into that. So, what emotions do you need to feel? And if you can't feel emotions, how can you start to allow yourself to feel emotions? Have a good day.